Welcome back, another episode. The third episode of Snowpiercer Season 4, Life Source, seems to be the official start of the last season. The first episode of the show to stand alone is Episode 3, as opposed to the second, which felt like a collection of omitted sequences from the first. The first episode on AMP was more of a catch-up to re-establish the world and the characters. Though it's still far from ideal, at least now fans can actually envision where Season 4 is headed. The title of Life Source appears to be derived from the B-story about Bennett and Till, who are persuaded to work on a special project by Milius that will supposedly significantly increase the food supply. Still, it should come as no surprise that the objective isn't all that it seems. Layton takes drastic measures in the interim in the hopes of saving his daughter. Despite their shortcomings, both storylines lead to the reconciliation of the split TV show. On the first count, spectators were aware that a rescue effort would be undertaken as soon as Liana vanished. Aside from the evident emotional stakes for Layton, there would be no narrative purpose to having her kidnapped if someone wasn't going to rescue her. Life Source provides a response to the question of how it was going to happen that goes beyond Layton. Big Alice, the source of power for New Eden, is what he has to use to catch up to Snowpiercer in a timely manner. Layton is once more in charge of the group's survival, but this time he responds very differently. However, there are additional benefits to this approach as well. Firstly, it allows the authors to conveniently set aside ancillary characters who they might not need for a while, and secondly, it brings the primary characters from the New Eden portion of the program closer to the rest of the main group. But now that Layton has just 3 weeks left to return with Big Alice, or else New Eden would run out of electricity, there are stakes for the entire season. Ben and Till discover in the second half of Episode 3 that Big Alice was the target of the trap the Animal Squad laid with their rocket launch, not Snowpiercer. The audience immediately feel a sense of fear since they know that Big Alice is moving towards Snowpiercer, which puts them in the path of the cunning Admiral Anton Milius. Because the screenplay overstates Andre Layton's emotional crises, Snowpiercer Season 4, Episode 3 is not one of his best. It makes perfect sense that Layton would be a mess because it's very fair that he's anxious to save Liana. It would be devastating and infuriating for any parent. A few key sequences include Layton disputing with Ruth Wardell the appropriateness of using Big Alice and Layton's girlfriend, Josie Wellstead, informing him she no longer knows who he is. It's imperative that Josie let Layton know he's not the only one going through this. She was with Sarah when the other woman passed away, and was the one explicitly asked to look after Liana. Ben and Till become the next rebels due to Snowpiercer. The confirmation in Season 4, Episode 3, that Milius and his Animal Squad have forced the passengers under their supervision into slave labor is certainly not shocking to longtime Snowpiercer viewers. In this episode, Melanie Cavill is conspicuously absent, and viewers witness the severity with which the passengers are handled. It is revealed that Till was tortured by being placed in a hot box, and Ben and Milius' conversation reveals that the passengers are working grueling hours in order to facilitate Milius' plan, which was first disclosed in Episode 2, to preserve humanity. For more videos, subscribe.